Hey, it is an unstoppable day. Welcome to another episode of BTBY TV, Becoming the Best You TV. I'm your host for this episode, Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Leffridge. And with me, we have the phenomenal visionary of the BTBY movement. We call her the professor, you call her friend. Welcome to the show, Brenda Ringwood. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning. What a beautiful Sunday morning.
Absolutely. And good afternoon, good evening to all of our viewers,
Wherever you're at.
whenever you are at and whatever time you are watching. Today, we are talking about this exciting, wonderful event that is coming up in a mere 6 weeks from now. You see it scrolling at the bottom of your screen. It is the Becoming the Best You conference live in the Lou, y'all. I'm a hashtag that one live in the Lou because we are coming to St. Louis, Missouri, October 21st through the 23rd for this phenomenal life changing event called Becoming the Best You. And it was actually the brainchild of this lovely lady here, Brenda Ringwood. So, Brenda, let's jump right into our conversation. Tell us a little bit about how this came to pass for you in your vision and what it means to you when we talk about becoming the best you.
Well, for me, I was having a lot of struggles. I have a bit of a past. It landed me in a jail cell. And although I tell everybody that was the best thing that ever happened to me because it was, I still struggled with coming out of that. I struggled with, the embarrassment and the shame. And I didn't think that I was good enough because of that. So I got to thinking, stop it. Stop it. Nobody can take your experience. Nobody can take away your education, and nobody can take away your talents. That is all you. You do that. You earn that. You have educated yourself. You have found the experience, and that still lives inside of you. So I've always been a speaker. It's just kind of come naturally to me. I've been doing it for decades actually. And so I thought, but who wants to hear my story, right? Everybody needs to hear somebody's story because it might be just what they need. It might not be for everybody, but somebody needed to hear it. So I decided, I'm going to make my own way. Forget about all these naysayers and forget about the people who say it can't be done or, look what she did and all these things. But it can be done because people can change and people need change and people have a value and a worth regardless of where they're sitting at right now. They're special. They have what it takes to get to the next level of their life. So B2BY is about helping them get there.
I love it. I love it. And we often recognize as speakers, if you've been doing this for any period of time, that you never know who's watching,
That's right.
but always somebody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's important for us to share our story because you never know who you're going to make an impact on. But by the fact of you using your talents, your abilities, and your gifts, I'm guaranteed that you will make an impact on somebody, whether or not you know them or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, taking to the second part of the question, this from a personal standpoint, from Brenda's standpoint, why is it so important for you each and every day to become the best version of you?
Well, my family deserves that. My family deserves me to be the best mother, the best daughter, the best niece, the best cousin, the best grandmother, the best friend, the best anything dealing with my family because in reality, your family life is your real life. That's where your life actually happens. So if you don't have relationships in the core of your family, you're going to always have strife and turmoil. You're going to always have doubt. There's nothing worse than a family member not believing in you. So I needed to show them that I had changed, that I was willing to make the necessary changes to become better every day. And only time tells that. You can't just wake up one morning and say, I've changed. I've quit smoking and you've only quit smoking for 2 hours. It is a time lapse that has to go by that will say real change has occurred. Just like with losing weight, you're not going to wake up one day, so I'm going to lose weight, and then 10 pounds is off the next day. It doesn't happen like that. It is a process. Change is a process. So for me, I needed to have that time to prove that my actions were saying what my mouth was saying that I was.
Sounds like you're talking about a story that I share
Mhm.
often about the two tongues.
That's right.
We did you know, audience, that you actually have two tongues on your body? Yes, yes, indeed. At any given point, you have two tongues, the one in your mouth and the one in your shoe. And if the tongue in your mouth isn't matching the direction that the tongue in your shoes are going, then why should anyone listen to you? What's the
That's right.
point? Walk the walk, talk the talk. Be symbiotic in your actions relative to the things that you talk about. That's what makes you become the
Absolutely.
best version of you each and every day. And one of the key things that you said that I really am glad you said is it takes time. There, we live in a microwave society where everybody wants it right now, or they
Yep.
think they're not supposed to have it. Where there is this whole uh, gratitude for overnight successes, when in reality, if you ask anybody who's successful, they'll tell you that it didn't happen overnight, but it happened overnight, overnight, overnight,
And probably over
overnight,
year, over year, over year.
over year.
Yep.
Yes, some decades.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And it's that essence of time that we want to really have you capture right now with this conference. Now is your time to become the best version of yourself. And for some of you, it may require you to go from average to good.
Yep.
From others of you, it may require you to go from good to better. And then for the select few of you, it may just require you to take your better and start pushing yourself towards your best
Mhm.
level, to your next level of greatness. And that's what we're going to be doing here at the Becoming the Best You BTBY conference coming up October 21st through the 23rd. Now, we had a great time at our last event earlier this year,
Mhm.
and we want to show you just a clip of some of the pictures that took place at our last live event earlier this year. And then we'll come back, and Brenda's going to give you a sneak peek of what she's going to be talking about when she joins us in October at the Becoming the Best You conference in St. Louis. So you see on the screen, get that information, get that website, get ready to sign up. This is BTBY TV, and we'll be right back. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just don't be scared. I'm so gone, no, I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack.
So, I spell the word unstoppable different from everybody else. The capital U, the N, the capital STOP and the capital ABLE, because I figure whatever you're able to do, that's what's going to make you unstoppable. Zach took it to a whole nother level because he noticed that I also capitalized the U and the S. And when you take that U and that S and you add it to able, you're not only able, you're usable. Somebody's going to get that. You are usable. When you allow yourself to be usable, then you allow yourself to be unstoppable. Thank you, Zach, for downloading that into me. Man, wherever you are in the world today, don't just make it a great day. Recognize that you are usable and make it an unstoppable day. Take care.
Yes, yes, yes. You are usable and you become unstoppable when you recognize that there is something inside of you that we can use, that we need from you. And in order for us to get it, you have to bring it. You have to become the best version of you. And if you need help getting started with doing that, then have your face in the place October 21st through the 23rd for the Becoming the Best You conference. You saw in that clip that Zach was one of our attendees at the last event we did live in Kansas City. And he came away with that epiphany just by listening to the speakers and just really tuning in to how they shared their story of becoming the best versions of themselves. And he was able to implement something right then and there that he could use on his journey to becoming the best version of himself. And that's really what it's all about, right, Brenda?
Absolutely, because we can all be better. Your journey's never done.
I love it. I love it. So speaking of being better and the journey's never done, you're still on your journey to becoming the best version of you each and every day, going from good to better to best. So now this October, what are you going to be gracing the stage with in your presentation?
Well, I actually am going to talk about backsliding, kind of stepping back and reverting into your past to the old person that you used to be, because it's easy. It's easy to do that. It's easier to stay in your comfort zone. It's easier to lash out. It's easier to hate. It's easier to be part of gossip. And I'm going to talk about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about not stepping back into your old self, but not forgetting who your old self is, because it is the reason why you are better today.
I love that. You know, there's a phrase that we used to say back in the day. Thank God. I know I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. And that is reflecting on, look how far you've come. You may not have gotten to the mountaintop of your success, but you're not in the valley anymore. And when you look back in the valley, that hopefully gives you that inspiration as you continue to climb the mountain. You were able to get this far despite the obstacles. You were able to get this far despite the rocks that were coming down. You were able to get this far despite your footing maybe slipping a time or two as you climbed your mountain. You were able to get this far, even though sometimes you had to take 2 steps back to get 1 step forward. Thank God that you were able to do that. And thank God that you're not still in the valley. And that's really a testament to the journey of continuing to consistently work at being the best version of you and not backsliding to that person that you were before. So I think that's a great message. And I think it's really going to impact our audience. But let me ask you, what kind of impact do you hope to leave on the audience virtually as well as in person that's going to be with us in October?
That they are enough. They don't need anybody else or anything else. They are enough.
I love it. Yes, that's a great message. And hopefully you guys will come and you will share it and you will embrace it and you will know for yourself that not only are you enough, that because you are enough, you have the ability to have an impact on others around you so they can recognize that they are enough themselves. So we're going to take another quick break just to give you some more information about our upcoming event. We want you to join the movement. This is not just a one off, this is not just a one time thing that we're doing because we ain't got nothing else to do. We plan to take the Becoming the Best You movement across the country, across the pond, using a reference of what's happening in the world today. Take it to wherever somebody needs to know that they can become the best version of themselves. So, watch this quick clip, and we'll be right back with BTBY TV. All right, and we are back here with BTBY TV. I'm your host, Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Leffridge, and we're chatting with the visionary of the BTBY movement, Brenda Ringwood. So, Brenda, in our final moments, you know, you and I, we could talk forever, but this show's only so long. In our final moments, give our audience their marching orders, give them that call to action. If they've watched the show so far, and if they know that now is the time deep down inside for them to let the real them out and to start the journey towards becoming the best version of themselves, what do you want them to do?
Well, if you want to stay stuck, don't do anything. Stay right there. Sit there in your own mess, stew about it, complain about it. Don't come. But if you want change and you want to move forward in life, go on over to comechangeyourlife.com and I'll see you there. Get either a virtual ticket or an in-person ticket. Prices are really good and it includes food. You get a black tie event with a concert and a comedian show. And then you get all these amazing speakers. You also will get a family.
I love it. You get family, you get festivities, and you get food, all for that ticket price. So go on over to comechangeyourlife.com. We would love to see you in person in the Lou, St. Louis, Missouri, October 21st through the 23rd. The in-person experience personally is still the best experience in my book, but I understand that it may not be for everybody. So we got you covered. We don't want you to miss out on your breakthrough just because you may not be able to travel. So that's why we have the virtual component in line with the live in-person experience. So simply go on over, get your virtual ticket, and we'll still see your virtual face in the place October 21st through the 23rd for the Becoming the Best You conference. I guarantee you, you do not want to miss this. Brenda, it's been great for you taking time out to be a part of the BTBY TV show this morning. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you in October in St. Louis, okay?
Can't wait. See you there.
All right, and for everybody else, again, go to comechangeyourlife.com, and we'll see you in the Lou, October 21st through the 23rd. But for right now, wherever you are in the world today, you know what I say. Don't just make it a great day. Get ready to start the process of becoming the best you possible. And you won't help but to make it an unstoppable day. For BTBY TV, I'm Terrence Leffridge. Have a great day.